Hi, second grade poets. Wow, I have a treat for you today. I reached out to some of my former students and parents on social media and said that we were writing poems inspired by home. I asked all of my students and parents who follow me to join us in writing a special poem about home and sharing it with us on this website. Let's start with Anela Johnson. You read some of Anela's poetry the other day, but what we didn't know is what I thought was three poems was actually one poem. So Anela got all of her thoughts down. She formatted it exactly the way that she wanted to. You can see she has line breaks here and she has italicized words here. And writers use italicized words to really emphasize something. So we could together go in and read Anela's poem. But what is even better is we can watch Anela read her poem to us exactly the way she wants it to be read. So we know when we read Robert Munsch's books on Tumble Books that authors have a certain way that they want their poetry or their stories to be shared. So let's look and listen to Anela now.
Freedom. What I thought I was getting when I left my home behind. Adventure. Hikes and beach days and things to clear my mind. Knowledge. What I read to find, what I seek to find, what I hope will forever stay in my mind. Happiness. Joy and smiles and laughs and more. Kindness. Spread it so easily, just hold open a door. Love. It's in the world around you and makes you feel a way you just can't ignore. Home. The freedom to embarrass myself dancing, making my grandma smile. The baking adventures me and my sister share that make quarantine worthwhile. Adjusting to a new way of getting knowledge, a new lifestyle. The happiness, kindness, and love that lives within these walls makes it just a little easier knowing I can't leave it at all. Sometimes I miss my friends, but I just give them a call. Because these small sacrifices now means a better world for all. I love my home because it's all I need and more. With my family here with me, it'll never be a bore. So every day, I'm hugging them extra tight and knowing that with time, it'll all be alright.
Yay! Thank you so much, Anela, for sharing your poetry. And the sounds of the birds in your community was the perfect background. All right, friends. Next, we have Paige. And Paige, it looks like she also experimented with line breaks. And oh, there's a note here. It says, "Sorry, I am honestly not the best at writing poems, but this poem was based off a song I've been writing. And one thing I've learned is that songs and poetry are very similar, just in different formats. Hope you are all doing well and staying safe." Oh, Paige, I'm hoping that when we press play on this video, you are going to sing your poem to us. Let's find out.
Home is said to be where the heart is. If so, then home is omnipresent. Home is in isolated countrysides, bright and busy cities, towering waterfalls, and deep mystic valleys. All these things so unknown but so beloved. So much to explore and be seen. Can one really remain in one place and call it home? My body and mind may wander, but my heart remains. For me, home is where the heart is. Home is Hawaii.
Oh, very nice. Beautiful poem, Paige. That was awesome. Thank you so much for adding your poetry and your song, your mele. Hopefully, next time you might consider singing it to us. So, Jason is another student who wrote a poem, and it looks like here Jason has a title for his poem, and it says, "When I Think of Home." And I see some repetition here. When I think of home, when I think of home. It looks like there's some sadness too. So remember, poetry is really showing your heart. Let's find out how Jason chooses to share his poem.
When I think of home, when I think of home, I think of love, of joy, of peace. When I think of home, I think of family, of smiles, of warmth. There's some sadness too, of course, but that's what makes it all the better. I think of my mom, my dad, my brothers and sister, of everything we've been through together. But when I came home crying when I didn't make the basketball team, or when I came home laughing after a day at the beach, or when I went to sleep with a smile on my face, or when I woke up frowning every day to go to school. When I think of home, I think this is where I belong. When I think of home, I think of me, and there's no place I'd rather be.
Oh, that was wonderful. And also, it made me say, oh, what? You didn't make the basketball team? Because I know how much basketball means to Jason. And thank you for having the courage to share that in your poetry. That was beautiful. Oh, all right. Faye. Faye is up next. So, Faye's title of her poem is What is Home? And I can't wait to hear Faye read her poetry. I could go through it and try to read it. Ooh, I like this part. You got this. So let's hear from Faye as she reads her poem about home.
What is home? Coming home from a hard day, opening the gate, seeing my dogs, wagging their tails with the biggest smile on. That's home. Going inside, smelling dinner, starting to cook, knowing it'll be delicious every single day. That's home. Settling down, starting to clean up dinner, laughing and singing the night away, until everything looks brand new. That's home. Going to my room, finally starting to study. I start to get tired, start to give up. Then there she is, my amazing mom, holding a bowl of cut up fruit saying, "You got this." That's home.
Oh, I love that. Oh, Faye, I wish your mom was here to offer me a bowl of cut up fruit also. And I loved hearing you read your poetry. Um, Thank you so much for sharing. Next, we have Kaimana, and it looks like I'm not sure if this is Kaimana's title, Home, but we'll have to find out. Ooh, rocking out to Kolohe Kai. We should listen to some Kolohe Kai music in our classroom. I think you'd really like it. So let's scroll down and listen to Kaimana share more about his poem.
Home. Just a word floods in memories of joy, sadness, and love. Memories of rocking out to Kolohekai on the way to the beach. Memories of family parties where Hana Ho is yelled after every song. Memories of the electric slide being played at the end of every party. Memories of Kanikapila every Friday evening. And memories of lei piled high on every graduate's neck. From your elegant green mountains to your crystal clear waters, the isolation of being in the middle of the ocean, yet I have everything I need to be happy. There's a sense of comfort when I see you from my plane window, and the source of pride when I represent you to others. You're an indescribable feeling of memories, nature, and pride wrapped into a big ball I get to call home. Mahalo I ka mea loa'a. Be thankful for what you have.
Oh, that was such a beautiful poem. Oh, Kaimana, you've grown up so quickly, and I loved your Olelo Hawaii that you included in your poem. There are many students in our class who speak other languages, and I hope that they have the courage to include that in their poems if they want to share those. So thank you so much, Kaimana. We're gonna listen to Kolohe Kai because of you in class. All right, we have four more to go. Next up is Caylee, and Caylee is all the way in Philadelphia going to college. Right now, she's back on the islands. But I'm really, look at the way that Caylee formatted this poem. I am very excited to hear more from Caylee.
Home is a feeling, and I don't really know how to explain it. It's like warmth. And I don't just mean the cliche warmth of the sand and the sun beaming on the shore, it's warmth on the inside. A slurp of my grandma's homemade Simon, more flavor than the microwavable college dinner. A walk down the street with my dog at my feet, calmer than the speed walk to my next class across campus. A scream at the TV due to another second place loss to my brother in Mario Kart. More action than just sliding my finger on the app on my iPhone. A dip in the water until my fingers and toes turn into raisins, a good laugh with some great people, the type that makes you feel sore in all the right ways. A mat set up on the grass of college green, trying not to get hit by a flying frisbee. This feeling of home is starting to grow and spread, becoming a part of more than just a small island. My home is Hawaii. My home is Philly. My home is wherever I feel safe and comfortable to be me.
Ooh, Caylee, I loved the way your poem sounded like music. I love the way that you shared that. My eyes are watery because I'm so happy that you're so happy all the way in Philadelphia, which is so far from Hawaii. Oh, that was beautiful. And I know everyone, every girl in my class is thinking about how beautiful your wall paint is in your room. So thank you so much for sharing, Caylee. Next, we have Tabby, which is Lohi's mom. And I had Lohi twice. I think maybe, yeah, twice for sure, maybe even three times in my class. So she is just such a supportive parent, and I'm so happy that she's sharing her poem with us.
Here, still in my heart, I am that I am, grateful for being.
And what I love about this poem is that poems don't have to be super long. Poems can be short, and poems can have more than one meaning. So I'm sitting here thinking about, I wonder what Tabby really wants us to think about. This is such a beautiful poem, and thank you so much for sharing it. Next, we have Lohi, and as I shared with you before, Lohi has been in my class many times. Jason has been in my class many times. And so we're going to hear from Lohi about her poem. And it looks like she also included Hawaiian language, Olelo Hawaii. So let's go ahead and hear from Lohi.
Home, a prodigious place where memories reside, like a box containing your greatest triumphs and your most callous hardships. Home, a prodigious place that welcomes you to express yourself. You can let go, be free from the monstrous world. Home, a prodigious place which you feel so connected to, you can never truly leave, you can never forget. It always has a place in your heart. Aya ihea ko home, o Hawaii ko home.
Ooh, what an awesome ending. And I'm thinking, wow, Lohi really thought about this word prodigious. I don't even know how to say this word. And I'm just so impressed by your word choice, Lohi. And I'm going to be looking up this word so I can find out more about it. Oh, that was beautiful. All right, last but certainly not least, we have Quinn. And I know you've heard a lot about Quinn living in New York City, studying to become a doctor. And so Quinn definitely wanted to reach out and share this poem. And the title is Home is Where the Heart Is. I'm seeing lots of question marks. I'm seeing some um, quotation marks, the Big Apple, because that's the nickname of a place in New York. I'm seeing quotation marks around Eva Beach, which is a town in Hawaii. And let's hear from Quinn his poem titled Home is Where the Heart Is.
Home is where the heart is. They say home is where the heart is. But what if my heart is in 2 places at once? Or 3 places at once? Or 4 places at once? Maybe we should say, home is where the heart loves. One piece of my heart is in New York City, the city that never sleeps, the Big Apple. I love the quick-moving people, the loud noises of the cars honking their horns, and the low hum of the subway cars that rumble beneath my feet. And yet another piece lies in Hawaii, in a town called Ewa Beach, with my family, with my friends, with the bright shining sun and the crashing of waves on the shoreline. How can 2 places, such opposite places, feel in many ways the same? To that, I answer, it is home, because home is where the heart loves, and my heart loves them both.
Oh, thank you so much, Quinn, for sharing your poetry with us. I'm still totally in shock that 9 of my friends reached out and said, "Here is a poem that I want your PHS students to hear. I want them to know that we're thinking about them in distance learning and we know that it's not easy." I'm so grateful beyond words for you reaching out and doing this for us. And I know that this is going to inspire a whole nother group of poets, our second grade friends who are working on their final drafts today. Thank you so much, Anela, Paige, Jason, Faye, Kaimana, Caylee, Tabby, Lohi, and Quinn from the bottom of my heart. A hui ho.